When you're writing papers in college, using information ethically isn't just a good habit, it's a must. Today we'll be talking about using information ethically and citing sources with MLA. Let's walk through why citing sources matters, how plagiarism can trip you up, and how to cite a journal article using MLA style. Why citing sources matters. Why do we cite? Well, number one, it's important to give credit when you're using other people's ideas. Pretending other people's ideas are your own original thoughts is called plagiarism, and it can have severe academic consequences. Number two, so your reader can follow up. Readers might want to find more information about the topic you're writing about. By citing your sources, you can lead them to credible and relevant sources for further information. And number three, to strengthen your own writing. You're probably not an expert on your topic yet, but by citing the ideas and thoughts of people who are, you give more credibility to your own conclusions. When to cite. Anytime you use a source to inform your writing, you should include it in your Works Cited page. When in doubt, cite it out. You always need to cite your sources if you use a direct quote, if you paraphrase, or if you reuse ideas from graphs, charts, or diagrams, or use any information that isn't considered common knowledge. A direct quote is using the exact same words as your source. Direct quotes need to be enclosed in quotation marks to indicate the words are copied from your source. For example, 7 years ago are the words that begin Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. Paraphrase means using someone else's ideas but rephrasing it in your own words. Paraphrases don't need quotation marks, but you still need to cite the source of the idea. For example, saying the Declaration of Independence says that all people have a right to pursue happiness. Common knowledge is something that generally people can be expected to know. Common knowledge is facts, not opinion. For example, the earth revolves around the sun. Again, not sure if it counts? When in doubt, cite it out. How plagiarism can trip you up. What happens if you don't cite? If you don't cite your sources, you may be committing plagiarism. Plagiarism is a serious offense. The CCCC Student Handbook defines plagiarism as representing others' work, papers, tests, assignments, projects, etc., in any form, print, electronic, web, etc., as your own, not giving credit to work created or composed by another author, or submitting a purchase paper, project, or presentation as your own original work. Committing plagiarism can result in any or all of the following: receiving a 0 grade on the plagiarized assignment, receiving an F in that course, or being suspended or even expelled from the college. You're also cheating yourself out of the whole point of school, learning how to explore topics and form your own ideas. Types of plagiarism. There are lots of ways you can plagiarize. Here are some of the most common. Copying or direct plagiarism. This is when you copy large sections of another person's work exactly and present it as your own work. You need to cite your sources anytime you copy another person's work. Patchwork plagiarism. This is when you take several words or phrases from another person's work and fit them into your own words without providing citations. If you're using someone else's words, you need to cite it. Paraphrasing. This is when you take another person's ideas and present it as your own work. If it's not your original thought, you need to cite it. And self-plagiarism. That's right, you can plagiarize yourself. Reusing work that you've submitted for another class is plagiarism too, and it cheats you out of getting to learn about a new topic. How to cite a journal article using MLA. Now let's talk about MLA, the citation style used in many humanities and social science courses. MLA is flexible and focuses on core elements. Think about it like building blocks. Different sources like books, movies, songs, and articles have slightly different rules, but the core elements are similar. Today we'll focus on citing articles because that is most likely what you'll be asked to do in class. For more information about citing other sources like books, movies, or songs, please visit Purdue OWL online. I will put a link to that and a QR code later in this presentation. Here are the MLA style core elements of citing a journal article from an online database. Author, period. Article title, period, in quotation marks. Journal name, comma, in italics, volume number, comma, issue number, comma, publication date, comma, page numbers, comma, online location, period, date of access, period. Let's talk about each MLA core element when citing a journal article from an online database. Author. Start with the author's last name, comma, followed by their first name, period. Put an and between them if there are two authors. If there are three or more names, list only the first author's name and replace the additional names with et al. End with a period. In this example, Mayor, comma, Roy, comma, et al., period. Article title. The title of the work is enclosed in quotation marks like this. Quotation mark, temporal niche expansion in mammals from a nocturnal ancestor after dinosaur extinction, period, end quotation. Journal name. This is the larger work that holds your article like a journal. Use italics and add a comma. In this case, you see Nature, Ecology, and Evolution, comma, and make sure it's italicized. Volume number. If there is one, it's often a number following VOL. In this case, VOL, period, 1, comma. Issue number. If there is one, it's often a number following NO, period. In this case, NO, period, 12, comma. Publication date usually includes the year and sometimes includes a month or season. In this case, it's December, abbreviated DEC, period, 2017, comma. Page numbers. Use the pages you referenced, usually following PP, period. In this case, PP, period, 1889 to 1895, comma. Tell your reader where to find the source. First, cite the online database where you found the resource and put that in italics. In this example, the database is ProQuest, comma. Then put the DOI or permanent link. The DOI is preferred. You see in this case, the DOI is provided. Date of access. Provide the date that you accessed this article, written in this format: day, month, year, period. Today you learned how to use information ethically and cite with MLA. We covered why citing sources matters, how plagiarism can trip you up, and how to cite a journal article using MLA. When you cite sources, you're not just following rules, you're showing respect for the work of others and building your own voice as a scholar. Still need help? Check out Purdue OWL online. You can Google them or check out this website for MLA help at https://owl.purdue.edu/owl/research_and_MLA_style, or ask your librarian. Happy writing, and remember, when in doubt, cite it out. Thank you for watching.